Hello everyone and welcome to the Collector's Table. My name is Adam and today I have a special treat for you guys and I'm here at a local collector's house to answer one question. Is the Hulkbuster by Queen Studios worth the money? So this is Mike, the owner of the statue, and he was nice enough to let me come over and actually see this beast in person. So me and Mike are actually part of the same statue group on Facebook, and naturally when I saw him post some pictures online of the Hulkbuster, I could not pass up the chance to go ahead and reach out to him to see if I can come over and see this thing in person. All right, so Mike, I really appreciate you letting me come out and see this magnificent statue in person. What made you want to buy this piece?
Well, I've always loved Queen Studios stuff. I mean, I own some of their things. I'm primarily a 1/4 scale collector, but when I saw this thing, I knew I had to have it. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah, nice. So let's go ahead and start measuring this beast and seeing how tall and what the dimensions actually are. All right, so Mike, if you could help me out with that.
Sure.
I'll hold it down here at the base, and we're gonna go to the highest point.
All right. So at its highest point, 38 inches.
So we got 38 inches there, and then we'll go and do the width. I think that's it right about there.
We're about 29 inches.
29 inches, and we're gonna go ahead and do the depth. And here, I'll hold it back here, Mike.
Okay.
And what do you got there?
So I would say it's right at 3 feet, 36 inches.
Right at, okay, 36 inches. So you definitely want to make sure that you have enough space for this statue. It does take up a ton of space. So next is the actual weight of the statue. Now, I don't know the exact weight of the statue. I couldn't find it online. Mike, how much do you think this statue actually weighs?
I'm not sure as well. I tried to do some homework on it, couldn't find anything. But
Yeah.
I'd probably educated guess, I say maybe right at about 100, 120 pounds.
Okay, yeah, so if anybody actually knows the actual weight of the Hulkbuster, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. I would love to share that with the community. But one thing I can tell you is this thing is very, very heavy. So just to be safe, one person could lift this and kind of put it together, but you want to make sure not to break anything, and to have an extra person is probably just the safest bet.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this piece actually originates from the Avengers movie, right, Mike?
Absolutely. As you can tell, this suit was originally designed by Tony Stark to help combat the Hulk. As you can tell, the way Queen Studio captured some of the awesome battle damage, you can tell it was probably a worthy opponent.
So yeah, that's right, Mike. So the concept is from the Avengers movie, and I think Queen Studios really nailed the concept. Just looking at the statue itself, you can see that just the whole presence of this statue just screams like I am about to get into a huge fight with the Incredible Hulk, and I think they just nailed it. I think the concept is grade A on this.
Definitely.
Yeah. So next we're going to look at the pose. I think this pose is a knockout of the park. I think this pose is perfect. I'm really into a good pose for statues, and I think Queen Studios really nailed this pose. And I think the stance is perfect for what they're trying to depict in this actual statue. What do you think?
No, I totally agree. They either captured the moment where he's walking into battle or walking out of it victorious.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't agree with you more, man. All right, Mike, so let's take a look at the base next. You got a rocky kind of rubble base down here, and it's got some good coloring. You can see the detail work there. The detail work probably could have been done a little bit better, but it's a pretty simplistic base too. But I think you're more drawn to the statue. What do you think, Mike?
I'll definitely agree with you. I will say the base is simple. For some folks, it might be lacking in some areas. They probably want a little more complexity with the base. But I feel that if you got a statue of this size and this magnitude and this level of detail, you don't want an overcomplicated base, then they
That's true.
essentially clash.
Yeah, I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more. So just to get a size perspective on how big the Hulkbuster actually is, I got my shoe. I saw another YouTuber do this, and he put his foot next to the statue. So I just took my shoe, and I wear a size 10, and you could see how massive this boot, this robotic leg actually is. It is absolutely just huge.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculously big. Next, we're going to start going over the paint applications on the piece. So, Mike, what do you think about the paint?
I love it. I love it. This piece has a million crevices and cracks and areas where it's very easy to get really sloppy with the paint job.
That's true.
I don't see that there. Some things that I really like about this, I'm huge on attention to detail, and this piece definitely commands that. A couple things that jump out to me is like maybe right here in the hinged area of the knee, you kind of see those oil splatters where you would typically get where,
good.
look at biomechanics and how they move and you get the oil leaks, you see that here.
Right.
One thing that's super simple but I totally love is maybe right here on the boots, these mud effects as you're trekking through the mud.
Yeah.
Those little things like that take a statue to a whole new level.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it, Mike. That's basically pretty much in a nutshell what this paint application looks like. If you can look at this mud effect that they got on his leg here, and I think they just really did a really good job. As I turn the statue around, you can see the mud and the splash going up on the actual mechanical parts of the robot itself, and then the paint. I think they really nailed the paint on how the Hulkbuster was actually done in the movie. I think it's got a very metallic-y look to it. The golds, the reds, everything kind of just matches together really, really well. So I think they did a really good job on the paint itself.
They definitely did. I think that if we didn't know that it was a polystone, you can look at that and say it almost looks metal. Like they really captured that look.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to turn this around so we can see the paint job on the back too. My turntable's like struggling with this thing. That's how you know it's a massive piece. So yeah, the burn marks that you can see here, and how they did those effects with the scrapes and the scratches, and on his elbow right here, you can see like how the scrape from him just like maybe falling on his back, fighting the Hulk. I think they really did a good job here. Here's another angle on the inside part of his right leg. And then you could see more of the paint applications there. Really good job there.
They definitely nailed the battle damage on this piece.
That's right. All right, so let's take a closer look at some of this detail work on the back of the Buster. And you could see like it's got like these battle damage plates where the armor just got hit from the Hulk, and he's just beating the heck out of this statue, or actually out of the Buster himself. And I like how this one is kind of smashed up over here, like he maybe fell on it or he was just hitting them some more. So, I mean, the whole statue's got battle damage all over it, and I think it looks fantastic on how they depicted that in the statue. What do you think about that, Mike?
Oh yeah, definitely, I agree. It kind of brings you back to that attention to detail thing. It's just the little thing, like some of those little vents like there you're pointing at. You know, a lot of the receptors and articulation points, it's all captured in here. And I've seen several Hulkbusters across the different markets, but none of them have put that attention to detail like I've seen with Queen Studios.
So since we're back here, let's talk more about these lights. Now, we're going to turn the lights on here in a second, but what I wanted to ask you, Mike, is how exactly do the batteries go into the Buster?
Well, they actually got a pretty cool concept for this one. So it's all kind of one-stop shop here. They've got an articulation point right here on the leg, and it is simply just magnetized right off. And you've got 3 AA batteries that fit right there.
Okay, very nice.
Absolutely. Put those in there, and it just
So it's just
right
one central location. You just put the batteries there for all the lights, or is it in a couple different points?
Nope, single point. It operates all the lights on the entire piece.
Yeah. I like that, man. I like how they did that. I think Queen Studios did a good job with that, because in a lot of other statues, you might have separate locations for batteries. So I like that they centralized that in one spot. But let's go ahead and try to turn these lights on and see this thing lit up.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so let's check out these lights. These lights look fantastic. You can see that here. Let me try to put this the other way. Really cool light effects. He's got some light effects on his shins there, and then you got the arc reactor there, and then his portrait is lit up too, so that is really cool. And Mike, I think your favorite part, and my favorite part I would say too, is the back area here.
Absolutely. I think anybody who's a fan of statues and with the light up component, that takes it to a whole new level. And this is easily my favorite piece, favorite part of this entire piece.
Yeah, yeah. Look at those lights. And then there it goes again. That little thruster right there, but it's broken on the other side. So I really like how they did attention to detail on that. And I think the back of those thrusters that he has in his back and his leg thrusters, I mean, it just really elevates this statue.
Yeah, I totally agree. It would be a shame to not have enough space for this piece and have to stick this in a corner and you miss seeing all these cool effects in the back.
It's got to be a centerpiece.
Absolutely.
It has to be a centerpiece.
Absolutely.
So we were looking at some of the switch outs here, and so this is the arm I just took off, and take a look at this thing, how massive this thing is. Now, I'm not the biggest guy on the block, but this is still a very massive arm, and even to Mike, he's a little taller than me. You can see how big this arm actually is.
Definitely.
Okay, and then, but we got the switch out over there, Mike. What do we got over there?
So we've got a really cool hydraulic-based arm. If you recall this one, this was the arm that he was utilizing in the movie to punch the Hulk on repeat. Go to sleep.
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, we've got this. What an awesome switch out. Obviously, with any Tony Stark piece or suit, you know, there's tons of options for switch outs, but I think they nailed it getting this one.
Yeah, look how big this fist is. I mean, just for perspective, huge fist. Yeah. So, real cool switch out. Yeah, I like that.
And this one actually has a light up feature on it as well.
Oh, does it? Where's that light up feature? Oh, you got the another light up feature at the top there.
Absolutely.
Very cool. All right, so the cost of this statue, I think, was around $3,400. You said, Mike?
Exactly, about $3,400, and then another $650 in shipping.
Wow. So yeah, you definitely got to put some money off to the side for this size or caliber statue. You know, my overall opinion of this, you know, for $4,100 all in, give or take, depending where you live in the United States, and that was done through Spec Fiction, which, by the way, phenomenal customer service. Todd does a great job taking care of the community and getting these statues to us. And you didn't have any breakages or anything like that, right?
None, surprisingly. And like I said, you worry when something's so big, traveling so far, but the packaging on this thing was unreal. So it was packaged amazingly well.
Gets crated to you?
Absolutely. So no issues at all.
Well, the answer to my question for the whole purpose of this video, is the Hulkbuster quarter scale by Queen Studios worth the money? $4,100 all in, give or take, depending on where you live. I would say absolutely. The details in this statue are just out of this world. The way they put this together and the whole concept of it was just a knockout of the park, and I think Queen Studios did a very, very good job. So if you were thinking about getting this piece for your collection, or if you're an Iron Man collector, or if you just like Iron Man in general, I think you will not be let down by a piece in your collection of this caliber. So, Mike, I greatly appreciate you letting me come out and seeing this in person, man. Thanks a lot, and thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one.